Welcome to the Brighten Your Day podcast. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the first episode of the Brighten Your Day podcast. I am your host, and my name is Brighton. I can't even begin to explain the day that I've had and the process that it's been to start this. I was going to start this podcast episode completely different, but I feel like I have to say this story. I have to tell because, gosh, whether it's you're just gonna feel sympathy or it's just gonna be a funny little lesson to you, I feel like I have to share. I got up a few days ago and I actually filmed this first episode, okay? I didn't like it. It was so windy. I totally forgot a ton of stuff. It didn't feel right. So this morning, I'm like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the beach and I'm going to refilm my first episode because my first episode has to be good, right? It just has to be. So I got up, got everything ready. So I thought. I left. I turned around because I forgot something, okay? Okay, I was like, I have everything now. I left. I had to turn around again because I forgot SD cards. So as I'm turning around a second time, I'm like flustered, in a hurry. I pull into my driveway, park. I fall out of my car. I fall. I get out of my car. I just stumbled and completely fell. There's construction right outside of my house. Construction men totally saw me fall so badly that if you guys are watching this through video, which if not, you should because I'm on the beach and it's beautiful. So badly that I scraped my knee. Here's the damage. And ripped my favorite pants. I cracked my phone. I scraped my fingers down to like where the nail is. Awful. Okay, I won't get into detail. Horrible. I go inside. I sit there and I'm just like, why? Why is this happening? What is this resistance? Because it feels like there's resistance, okay? And like, I feel like in that moment, I had a choice. I could get really angry. I could put this off for another day, which I thought about it. Or I could laugh. Or I could laugh and pick myself back up and go. So I went, okay? Driving down the road, I went. I have everything ready, right? Everything. I think you know where this is going. I'm in a good mood. Trying to listen to a meditation, actually. And I realized I forgot my tripod for my camera. My tripod. So what you're watching right now, it's actually not bad. You're on top of my cooler. And you're like propped up with this little contraption. And yeah, it's actually working fine. So I'm not even mad at it. Anyways, here's the lesson. If you are feeling some sort of resistance, it's not like if you're having a bad feeling, okay? Because that's different. You should listen to your intuition. But if you're feeling some sort of resistance and you know that you want to do this thing, okay? You know you want to do it. Just push through, okay? Because there are really good things at the end, at the other side, okay? There are really good things for you if you just keep going. Like, I feel in my soul that I want to do this, and this is fun. This podcast should be fun, okay? And yeah, that's your lesson. That's a little bit of a lesson before the intro. Gosh. Let's just take a moment. Which I actually want to do this in my podcast anyways. I want to take a moment. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, driving, if you're outside, if you don't have anything to do, you should go outside and see the sun. But just take a deep breath and just feel happy for this moment. Nothing else matters besides the present moment. And I have to remind myself of this too, okay? Nothing else matters. Like, you are living, you are here. You have loved ones and people love you. And that's what matters. You know, I literally had to do a meditation before I started this again because I just couldn't. Oh, last point of the tangent of my day. I've already recorded this episode, okay? Second time, today, I recorded this. I was like, okay, perfect, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. This is sick. I looked down. my SD card just, like, the file wasn't formatted correctly. So what does that mean? That means my entire episode wasn't filmed. My entire episode. It's fine. This one will be better, okay? There's some reason that this one needs to be better. Anyways, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brighton. I'm going to do a little, like, intro, kind of like if you're in a class setting, right? Like a little intro. My name is Brighton. I'm 22 years old. I obviously love health and wellness, and I'll get into the story of that in a little bit. I grew up in Provo, Utah. I had an amazing family, have an amazing family. I have 5 sisters and 1 brother. Yes, my brother is fine. He actually gets very much spoiled. Amazing parents, entrepreneurial parents, and that will be a huge theme in this podcast. I love entrepreneurs. I love personal growth and development as well as health and wellness. Trying to bridge the gap of all of this stuff. I grew up playing sports. Fun fact, my mom actually said I was the closest thing that she had to a boy before we adopted my little brother. And honestly, I wore that with pride. Like that was cool to me, okay? Like I was a tomboy through and through. Maybe on the video format I can put a little picture. I took a liking to soccer actually very early on. I was really good at it. I played goalie for 6 years. And that was until I broke my wrist, and then I decided I didn't even want to be goalie anymore, and I wanted to play defense. That's all to say, I've had really good mentors, and I feel like I've always loved the idea of exercise. I love the idea of personal development because I've always wanted to be better, like whether it's the competitive spirit in me or just the interest in general. I've always wanted to be better. I've strived to be better, and that's kind of the intro as to what happened in my childhood and why that's important, because it's still important to me today. I will say I was a little bit of a nerd. For my 10th birthday, I remember asking for a globe, and my parents will vouch on this. I asked for a globe for my 10th birthday, and it was actually pretty cool. It had a little pen. I could touch the places in the world and it would tell me facts about it. And not only that, but I also had a feather pen. I could dip it in ink to learn calligraphy, and that was just super cool to me at the ripe age of 10. And I literally have journals with ink in them, and you can't even read what I said because I was horrible at it, which it's actually very hard. That's all to say, I want to embrace all of these sides to me, and I want to bring it into one. And when people ask me what the podcast is about, it's oh, brighten your day. Ways and things to brighten your day. But it goes deeper than that. I want to learn stories about people. I want to have true connection to people. True connection to you guys, build a community, as well as true connections to my guests. Have in-person conversations outside in the sunshine. Because I don't know about you, but a big want of mine to have these conversations in person is because I feel like we are very isolated. I feel like social media isn't social, and there's not really places to go. There's not really true communities out there that I can think of, and that's sad. And I think I just want to contribute to bringing in more value, bringing in better conversations, more conversations on these topics, and yeah. Okay, now we'll get into the ending of my story, the ending of the beginning of this story. I stopped playing soccer. I realized I didn't want to play in college, so a lot of you guys will probably relate to this. Once you stop playing your competitive sport, what happens? You kind of lose passion for anything. You're lost. You don't know who you are without that sport. And a lot of weight was carried. Okay, I was going to say a lot of emotional weight as well as physical weight because I wasn't physically exercising anymore. And I was sad. I was pretty depressed, honestly. I was feeling more anxious. I was staying in my room more often. I had no plan, no idea of what I was doing. And 2 years of that went by, I would probably say 2 years. And then I graduated senior year, and I didn't like how I was feeling. I didn't like how I was looking. And my friend, who he's still my friend today, he's mine and my husband's like best friend. He was talking to us one day and he's like, I think I'm going to start going to the gym. I think I'm going to start hitting the weights and you guys should come. And I know I've like been to the gym before that, but something hit me where I was like, wow, if I'm not playing any sports, like I should just go to the gym with them, like go to the gym with my friends. It just changed. Something changed in me, okay? I loved it. I loved the gym. It started becoming more of a routine. It was almost like a hobby, okay? Because I wasn't working at the time. So I would go whenever. Like we would literally go at 11 p.m. and stay till 1 a.m. And that was just the grind. I turned into a little gym rat, and I still love that. I love the phase. I love weightlifting still. This is my belief. There's so much to health and wellness. The mind, the body, and the spirit all matter in your pursuit of health and wellness. So I love my gym rat phase, but something kind of clicked inside of me of like, okay, when I lost weight, yes, like I feel like I look better or whatever, but I also feel like I feel better. I emotionally feel better. Like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And exercising is so much more than just physical, okay? It's mental and it's spiritual. My sister, actually, she's a yoga instructor. She really opened me up to the spiritual side of things. She has amazing teachings. Her name is Kinley. I can tag her in the description box on my YouTube at least. And she taught me that like while you're moving your body, you can also be connecting to yourself. You can be present within yourself. And not only is that a good thing, but that will help you in your endeavors. You will gain answers by being present. You will gain answers by finding stillness in the day. And the more I learned about it, the more I talked to people that are really successful have figured this out, it seems to be, have figured out that you need daily practices. You need things that, quote unquote, brighten your day, make you feel better. I love finding out successful people's rituals, or just everyday people's rituals, what they just love, what they know to be true for themselves. Because I just love bringing that in and adopting those things and making it my own, making it a ritual and a beautiful thing for myself. And I hope that you guys find value in that, because I'm going to be asking these guests those things. Like, what is one thing that just changes your day, that just makes everything better? I love hearing that from people, from entrepreneurs. I'm going to have anyone from entrepreneurs, personal trainers, everyday family and friends. Everyone has something to say on this topic, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Okay, I'm going to check and make sure that this is still recording because, as you know, I've had a little bit of a problem with that. Yes, it's looking good. I'm going to transition. When I thought about what I wanted to talk about in this first episode, there was one thing that came to mind. It was a quote. Now I'm going to read you this quote, and you might have already heard it, but it's more of a passage, okay? It's a long quote, but it's beautiful, and I think it's perfect for the intro of doing something uncomfortable for myself, and I think it's perfect for you guys to hear, so I'm going to grab that real fast. On top of this, here's a quick disclaimer. I'm passionate about so many things, but I don't want it to seem like I'm preaching to you, because I'm 22 years old. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone telling other people how to live. So my hope is to grow with you guys, is to learn from my guests, as well as hope to teach you guys through the growth, through the journey. This is going to be a journey. It's not me preaching to you, because I'm right here with you. I think that's beautiful. I think there's a time and place for podcasts to be learning from one's wisdom. There's a lot of really smart people that know a lot of things. And I think that, at first I was like, why should I start this podcast? Okay, why should I start this? I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think that's the beauty in it, that I don't know everything. So let's get to the quote, okay? The first time I ever read this quote, it was from the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And if you don't know Brene Brown, she's amazing. Go check her out. I'm pretty sure she has her own podcast. I can't remember what it's called, okay? But she's amazing. She has a lot of books, but this is one of the first ones I've ever read. And it's from Theodore Roosevelt. It's from a speech that he gave called Citizenship in a Republic. And it's often also referred to as the man in the arena, which, fun fact, LeBron James, I think, has this on his sneakers for basketball. Anyways, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again. Strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly. Chills. I'm going to take a moment. Think about that. I know it's a lot. At first, I did not understand it, to be honest with you. I think the only thing that I want to say on this topic is like, life is an arena, okay? And there are people that like to sit in the seats, like to be spectators of life. And there are people that are actually in the arena doing the things, doing the work, learning the things, failing again and again, being uncomfortable again and again. And one, it's hard. It's hard to be the person that's failing in front of people. But there's a great lesson in this, that it's like, if you have something that you've always wanted to do, if you have something that you know you want to do it, I feel like it's better to do it and fail and know that you tried than think to do that thing and dream to do that thing and tell people that you want to do that thing, but never do it. And a lot of that, I think, resonates with me with this podcast, with content creation in general. I've always loved that. I've always loved watching podcasts, listening to podcasts, and watching YouTube videos. But it just didn't seem like I could do it for some reason. It didn't seem like I was the one that was worthy of being able to do that. It's truly all about your mindset. And you would rather be at the end of your life knowing that you tried than you didn't try at all, you know? That might be a little cliche. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that, because I loved it. And honestly, I think I'm going to put that in my house somewhere, now that I think about it. Gosh, if you guys are in video, it is a beautiful day outside. And if you're not in video, just notice the sun. Just notice it. In a future episode, I know that I'm going to go into this. It's just way too long to go down that rabbit hole today, but if you know me, you know I love the sun. Whether it's because of my name or I've just always loved the warmth. And now I'm learning about the science of nature and the science as to why the sun is so important in your daily life. And it's just incredible. Honestly, I'm so excited to learn and grow with you guys. I am going to have some sort of community, whether it's a Facebook group or a Discord or even just through my Instagram. So be sure to look at updates for that. I think I'm going to have 2 or 3 more solo episodes, and then I'm going to have my first guest, which I'm so excited. It's going to be on the sunny shores of Florida as well. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Brighton Bridges and YouTube at Brighton Bridges. I will see you next time. Go outside and see the sun. Bye.